Hello, everybody, and welcome into HCAM Sports Talk. Joining us very shortly on the show, we'll have Andy Barron from Myfm 101.3 and Jarred Keene. And, of course, I'm your host, Tom Nappy. But first, here are the latest Hiller happenings. Several Hopkinton Hiller athletes recently signed their letters of intent to play at the collegiate level. Here's a look.
Big smile.
My name is Caroline DeSimone. I'm going to Colby College and I'm playing softball.
Terrific. And what made you choose Colby?
I chose Colby because of the beautiful campus and it had a lot to offer for my major, and the softball and athletic facilities was just a bonus.
And you know what you're going to be studying over there yet?
I am studying government.
Excellent. And how did it feel to hit that two-run blast yesterday?
That felt great. It was very huge coming off of an inning where we let out 5 runs, so that was good to get the momentum back for the team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm Dylan Mashad. I play soccer and I'm going to Wentworth Institute of Technology.
Excellent. What made you choose Wentworth?
I really wanted to be in a city, so Boston was perfect. So that's the main thing.
Terrific. You know what you're going to be studying over there?
I'm planning on some form of engineering. I'm looking at electrical engineering right now.
Tommy Chatton. I'm playing basketball at Bridgewater State.
Excellent. What made you choose Bridgewater State?
I chose for the basketball program and the location.
Excellent. And what are you going to be studying over there?
I plan on studying business.
Excellent. And how did you enjoy your senior year here at Hopkins?
It was fun. A lot of great memories on the court and off.
My name is Adam. I'm wrestling at Bridgewater State University.
Excellent. What made you choose Bridgewater State?
The location and the wrestling team they have, great group of guys, tight-knit. It's kind of like at Hopkinton.
Terrific. And you know what you're going to be studying over there?
Yeah, I'm going to be studying marketing.
Excellent. How'd your senior year go in the mats?
I went pretty good. I went 22-2 for the regular season. In the postseason didn't go great, but can always improve.
Look at the lens, please.
My name is Declan Hanscom. I'm swimming and I'm going to Clark University.
Excellent. What made you choose Clark?
The campus and the culture.
Awesome. You know what you're going to be studying?
I don't. I'm going in undecided.
All right. And how'd your year go with the Hiller swimming?
It went really well.
My name is Owen Fitzpatrick. I'll be doing track and field at Bates College.
Terrific. And what made you choose Bates?
Just the overwhelming sentiment of support and inclusivity they got from all the people there. It's just a really awesome community.
Excellent. You know what you're going to be studying over there?
I was studying art history.
Terrific. And how'd your year go with the Hillers?
Just a group of awesome people. I love the coaches, love the sport itself, and it helped me get to where I am now, and I really appreciate everything they've done for me.
Big smiles. Mom, Dad.
I'm Lex K, going to St. Olaf College, and I'll be running cross country and track and field.
Terrific. What made you choose St. Olaf?
For the beautiful campus, strong academics, and the team atmosphere.
And you know what you're going to be studying over there?
I'll be studying kinesiology.
Terrific. And how'd your year go for the Hillers?
Oh, couldn't have asked for much more.
I'm Jamie Arena, and I'm playing lacrosse, and I'm going to Roger Williams University.
Terrific. And what made you choose Roger Williams?
The beautiful campus, it's right on the water, the amount of academics they offer, and the girls on the team that I met.
Excellent. And what are you going to be studying over there?
Health sciences.
Wonderful. And how's your season going so far with the Hillers?
So far, pretty good. We're 1-1, but predicting a better outcome than last year.
Hi, my name is Bridget O'Connor. I am running track at St. Anselm College.
Excellent. What made you choose St. Anselm?
I chose St. Anselm because I really liked the coach, the community was very welcoming, and I loved the campus.
You know what you're going to be studying over there?
Yes, I am studying criminal justice.
Terrific. And how'd your career go as a Hiller?
Pretty good, I feel like I've improved, and I feel like our team is really well built. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and I feel like the program itself will continue to grow and get better.
Before we get to the highlights, Hiller soccer and track and field star Sean Golombieski has committed to the University of Pennsylvania, where he will compete in track and field. Athletic director Kylie Murray caught up with the soon-to-be D1 college athlete.
My name is Sean Golombieski. I'm going to the University of Pennsylvania, and I'm running track there.
And how is the season this winter for you?
This season's been really good. It's been a lot of winning, maybe not seeing the times that I would want to, but I still PR'd in the hurdles, which is my main event, and won states, divisionals, I'm a national champion at nationals. So as far as that goes, and that's all I really cared about after I, of course, committed. So I've just been happy to get all the results I wanted that I didn't get last year.
That's awesome. And what events will you be doing at Penn?
I'm doing more of the decathlon, so multi-events, so I'm starting to learn a bunch of other events this season in the spring.
And what are you looking forward to this spring?
I've been long jumping a lot, and I love long jumping. I've never done it before, so that's definitely my favorite. But in the summer, so I guess after the spring, I'm going to have to start pole vaulting. That's going to be pretty scary, but I'm excited to take it on.
The Hiller spring season officially kicked off on Friday, March 31st, as boys lacrosse hosted Medfield. Medfield took the win in the season opener 17-6. On Monday, April 3rd, it was a boys-girls lacrosse doubleheader. The boys hosted Ashland. It was an 8-5 Hiller lead heading into the fourth quarter. Hiller's ball. Approaching, there's a shot ripped in. Logan Del Ponte. Champlin approaching. Out in front, and it's popped in. Cooper Goodman. Cooper Goodman has 2 scores today. He makes it 10-5 at 6:53 left. And we are underway. Winnell's approaching. Feeds it out in front. Shot! And that is in for Ashland. I thought Nate Burns might have had it for a minute. Jake Linehan with the score. Winnell's has it. Approaching. Knocked loose. Ashland looked like they were going to be able to maintain, but the Hillers have it. Rushing up the field, that's John Sanda. Hits it over. Hillers looking for a score here. There it is. Logan Del Ponte with another one. Overdue. You're on. Out in front. Approaching, right in goes Del Ponte. How about a 5th goal for Logan? Loose ball. Killers have it. Approaching, out in front. Why not another one? Cooper Goodman with the score. Braden Hicks with the assist. The Hopkinton Hillers took the win 13-6 and improved to 1-1 on the season. Following the boys' game, the Hiller girls hosted Norwood. Hiller is trying to close in once again. Loose ball picked up, and that is put in. Jamie Arena on the attack makes it 1-0. Good start for Hopkinton. Popped up, pulled down by Hayward. With it is Bouvier. Approaching. There's a second goal. Emma Dacey. Well, you can't get much better of a start than this for the Hillers. Hiller ball. Collected by Hayward. It's up to Arena. Miller's going to work it around. Just fire out in front, picked up by Dacey. Out in front, make it 3-0. Rachel Bouvier. It was a 9-3 Hiller lead after the first half, and they never looked back, taking the game by a final of 15-10. Both teams now stand at 1-1 on the season. On Tuesday, April 4th, Hiller softball hosted Medfield. It was a scoreless game heading into the bottom of the second. Wind up in the pitch. And this is hit in the air. That'll drop into right field. Here comes a Hiller run. It's going to be a 1-0 game. She's going to keep on going to second base. And it's a RBI double for Callie Arthur.
One of the bags here.
And this is ripped up the middle. That's going to get through. One run is in. Here comes another. And that's a 2 RBI single for Kelsey McCoy. Wind up in the pitch. Gets a good piece of this.
Deep.
To the wall. See ya! Off the top of the wall and out of the ballpark. A 2-run blast. 5-0 Hillers. Hit in the air. Right center. That drops in. Heading to third is D. Simone, and she's going to head home now. Or actually, that's Calorie, heading home.
Yeah, she held up, didn't know she was coming.
The Hillers played several runs in the second inning, and despite a bit of a Medfield comeback later in the game, the Hillers would end up plating 20 runs throughout the game and took the win via a 20-8 mercy in the bottom of the sixth. Hillers open the season with a win. That night, Hiller baseball was in action versus Medfield under the lights. Scoreless game, top of the second. Wind up in the pitch. And this is a slow roller up the left side. Flip to second for one. Throw to first. And they do not double them up. They're going to say that Brock Thompson just reached. So it'll be a 6-4 force out. And a run comes around to score. Colby Hatch around to score. So you can mark Brock Thompson for his sacrifice. 1-0 Medfield. A lot of youth up and coming in the Hillers roster. As this is hit up the right side, that gets through. One run is in. Here comes another. And that's a 2 RBI single for Jack Collins. Medfield plates 3 runs and leads it 3-0, heading into the bottom of the third. And he gets a piece of this one, takes a couple hops up the third base side. Carraza heads home as the throw to first. In time, but it's a sacrifice RBI ground out by Simulus. Hillers played a run, but that would be it. Medfield ended up taking the game 4-1 in the season opener for both teams. On Thursday, April 6th, Hiller boys lacrosse was in action versus Holliston. The game was tied at 6 apiece heading into the fourth quarter. Olsen gonna close in out in front, and what a shot there Harrison Smith with a bullet. That'll make it a 7-6 game. Takes a shot and ties it back up. Logan Del Ponte here in the fourth quarter. Looking to close in. And somehow Gonzalez able to wrap that around Nate Burns and put it in. Out in front, pops it in. Big time goal there. Logan Del Ponte taking matters into his own hands, makes it 9-8. Oh, looking out in front, batted down. Goodman with the game-tying goal. Goodman with the scoop and score. We're knotted up at 9 apiece with 28 seconds left. Counting left to go. A 9-9 game. Trying to charge in Del Ponte. Takes a shot, a save. Loose out in front. Picked up by Holliston. He's going to stay with the Hillers. Eight seconds left to go. Del Ponte puts it into play. Out in front, and he puts it in! Logan Del Ponte with the go-ahead goal! Unbelievable at 2 seconds left to go. What a comeback by the Hillers in this fourth quarter. 3 straight goals. You had Logan Del Ponte at 1:33 left to go. Cooper Goodman at 28 seconds. And now Del Ponte at 2 seconds. The Hillers trailed by 2 with 91 seconds left, and they net 3 goals within that time frame to take the come-from-behind win, 10-9. Hillers improved to 2-1. Holliston falls to 1-2 on the season. In the win, Cooper Goodman and Logan Del Ponte each netted 4 goals for the Hillers. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this segment of HCAM Sports Talk. Tom Nappy here, and today we are joined by Andy Barron from Myfm 101.3 and Jarred Keene. Guys, how are you?
How we doing, Tom? Good to see you. Hey, Jared.
How we doing, guys?
Is it going to be like? It's going to be like summer this week. It's going to be like in the 80s.
It's going to be an epic week. Epic.
That was some great weather today, and that's just like the kicker. Yep. It's going to get hotter.
Just the start. Just the start.
Well, we have this segment called Weather Trends that we do with our good friend Eric Carty, who's the water and sewer manager, and he said it's going to be a warm spring, and so far he's looking very correct.
Yeah.
He's very accurate. He's more accurate than most of the guys you see on cable.
Yeah, it's going to feel like summer in April. Let me tell you.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's a great time of year to be a sports fan. You got hockey playoffs coming up, NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball just starting up, XFL football. You'll have USFL soon. So you got everything going pretty much except the NFL, but you do have free agency in the NFL and the draft coming up. And there is a story I want to talk about in the NFL that we'll get to in a bit. We now know where OBJ is going. We'll talk about that. But since we didn't get to have a show last week with us on it, we had a nice Hiller recap show. I wanted to talk about the NCAA championship. Congratulations to the Yukon Huskies. They get the win over San Diego State. And I believe it was the 4th Yukon coach in a row to win a national championship. That was just pretty unbelievable. But UConn pretty dominant in the game. San Diego State did close in a little bit in that second half, but UConn really just kind of controlled the pace of the game and got a pretty dominant win. What were your thoughts about that game? We'll start off with Jarred Keene.
UConn is just good. I mean, there's no beating UConn that game. San Diego State could have given. I mean, San Diego State gave a great effort. You're not going to beat UConn that game. They were too good. They can get it done inside, outside, hurt you in so many different ways. They're relentless on defense. They wear you down. Again, San Diego State is a great team. Plays, one of the best defensive teams in the country. Tons of experience on that team. You're still not going to beat UConn. They were too good. They were dominant throughout the tournament, and they showed that. Every one of their wins was by double digits. I mean, that's just, I mean, it was fun to watch. Yeah, UConn just too good.
Absolutely. They certainly earned it this year, and they kind of took a couple of years off of the Final Four, Elite Eight, but they are back with authority. So look out, NCAA. Andy, what were your thoughts about that championship game?
5th national title for UConn, and it's probably their most dominant. Really, they were not tested in this tournament. They just steamrolled everybody. I mean, hats off to San Diego State. They had a phenomenal year, really, but they were not beating this UConn team. They were overmatched. They're just better. Bobby Hurley's a very good coach, and they might be right there again next year. I don't
Dan
know.
Hurley, right?
I'm sorry?
Isn't it Dan Hurley?
I thought it was Bobby, but maybe it is Dan.
Bobby, Dan, what's the difference?
Yeah, but no, they were just a really good team, and they deserved it. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts here. This UConn team was just flat out better.
By the way, it's Dan.
It is Dan. I thought it was Bobby Hurley. Why did I got these names in my head, and then it's like
Well, there usually is like a really good coach named Bobby. So
yes, usually.
But Dan Hurley, overall 255 wins, 160 losses, 614 winning percentage. Very impressive. Tremendous coach. He's done a great job with this UConn program and certainly knows how to use his roster. I just thought that they were good in all facets of the game. They
didn't have a weakness
team. They really didn't.
They were good inside. They were good outside. I mean, Sonogo inside is just a beast.
Yeah.
So hard to stop. And then Jordan Hawkins trying to cover that guy, and then he can get off a shot in 0.2 seconds, splashing threes all the time. I mean, that guy's big shout out to Alex Caravan too, former Algonquin regional star.
Yes.
Yep. He played great as well, was a starter. Yeah.
Do you think Sonogo is going to make it big in the NBA?
Could. I mean, again, he's kind of a unique player. He's got size. He's obviously a strong player. He can kind of do different things. Yeah, I can.
He reminds me like a Hakeem Olajuwon,
being a contributor for sure.
Yeah, boy, if he comes to Hakeem Olajuwon, he's going to have one heck of a career. That's a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, man, he's going to be a Hall of Famer if that. But
yeah. Also, assistant coach from UConn is from Millbury, Mass. So a lot of New England ties. And even though UConn isn't in Connecticut, they do have a lot of New England ties to this Final Four.
Oh, there's another great one that I heard the other day. The equipment guy for Florida, was it Florida Atlantic or San Diego State? Who had the team with the guy whose shoe who exploded? Was that Florida Atlantic?
I think it was Florida Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that equipment guy has Hopkinton ties. He's actually a graduate of Hopkinton High School.
Wow.
I believe. So a lot of great local connections in the tournament.
This was a really good tournament, guys. For once, you didn't really see the heavyweights. This was more of a nobody predicted these four teams. Maybe some people had UConn in the Final Four, but nobody had San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, or Miami.
I knew it the whole time.
You?
No,
come on.
And I agree. That's what I loved about this tournament. It was probably one of the most unpredictable March Madness tournaments, if not the most predictable ever, considering you didn't have anyone from the top 3 seeds in that Final Four. That to me is just unbelievable.
Same in the women's tournament too. I mean, you had a lot of LSU winning a championship. Wow. South Carolina losing, no UConn. I mean, I think both tournaments were very unpredictable this year.
Great
Yeah, and
tournament.
LSU was at
So
least
fun to
a
watch.
2 seed. LSU was at least a 2 seed in that, so it was a little more predictable, I'd say. But it's still, you had a 2 and a 3 seed in the women's in the championship.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that women's game? That LSU Iowa game was just. LSU was insane.
Oh,
I did.
They were insane. They
scored
could
over
not
100
miss.
points. Yeah, they were
could
the
not
better
miss.
team. Yeah.
They might have been able to beat some of the boys' teams with the way they were shooting. It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, LSU. What first national championship for basketball at LSU for the women. Big win for them.
And they both got invited to the White House.
There you go.
Yeah, just a tremendous March Madness season. A lot of fun. I think you're going to see more of this. You're going to see more of these unpredictable tournaments. You're going to see less of the top 3 in there. And I think that is because you're getting some of these star basketball players spreading out a little more. And I think COVID transfers played a role. There was a lot of big D1 schools that didn't have a season while other schools did. So guys that didn't want to take a year off transferred to other schools. I think that certainly played a role. But looking at some of these smaller schools that made it far, like Florida Atlantic or San Diego State, these guys are only going to get more recruits out of this. So
yep.
I think it's going to make it a lot more fun in March. It already was fun, but it's going to be even more fun now. All right. So that wraps
and again,
up.
Florida Atlantic made it that far after having a really tough first round game against Memphis. A lot of people thought they were going to lose in the first round to Memphis, and then they are making the Final Four.
I'm pretty sure I had Memphis in my Final Four in one of my brackets.
That Florida Atlantic, San Diego State, that was a great game. That really was.
Yep.
Yes.
Game. Amazing game.
And Miami, Texas was a great game.
Yes. Yep. I agree.
Lots of
a lot of great games. Just so many great games. This
Even Creighton.
There's another great tournament.
Another small school, another team that's right there. I mean,
Yeah.
Also, real quick. I don't know what people are talking about with the whole, getting on Angel Reese for the whole trash talk with Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese is like one of the biggest trash talkers in women's hoops. Of course she's going to trash talk. Caitlin Clark is the best player. She can probably handle some trash talk. She dishes it out herself,
Yeah.
I thought that was just a whole, I thought people made too much of a big deal out of that. Whatever, heat of the moment, you're going to talk some trash, you're going to do some things, and
it's part of sports. Got to have a little trash talk.
Yeah.
Just part of the game.
Yep.
Absolutely. So how about them Bruins? Unbelievable. They picked up their 63rd win this past Easter Sunday, and they now have 131 points, just 2 points away from breaking the record to get to that golden 133 points. They already have so the 63 wins, that was the NHL record, correct, for wins?
Yep.
And now they have a chance to break the points record. And Pasta now has 60 points. This
60
team's
goals.
just unbelievable. But it keeps going back to, despite these amazing accomplishments, if they don't take home Lord Stanley's Cup, none of it matters.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah. This team is really good. There's really not many weaknesses on this team. And again, you've proven you can win a game when big names are out of the lineup. Whether it's being down a couple of key defensemen or a couple of key forwards, this team has proven they can win games in any facet. And, yeah. I don't want to put all the pressure on them, but yeah, I think anything but a Stanley Cup at this point is probably kind of disappointing, or definitely disappointing.
No, it's really disappointing.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. And I know I said this before we started the show, but can we just get the playoffs started, please? I'm done. I'm done with all these records and everything. Let's get to the postseason, because that's what matters, gentlemen.
Yep.
And this Bruins team, you can't discount the struggles they've had in the postseason. Now, do I think this team's going to make a deep run? Yes, I do. And they should. But here's another thing, and I probably have mentioned this before. You need to take care of business in these first 2 rounds. You cannot be going 6-7 games with a team like Florida or the Islanders or Pittsburgh. You are better than these teams. You're going to take care of business, because I still think it's going to come down to either us or Carolina. And another team you got to watch out for too, still Tampa Bay. They still make me nervous. They can muck the Bruins up. They slow them down. They got a lot of experience. They were 2 wins away from winning a Stanley Cup last year.
Them and Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are I don't really fear Toronto. I don't really fear the Rangers.
I kind of fear Toronto because they have the skill players at points to beat us.
Oh, they are so. This team cannot win in the postseason. I think they are cursed.
I get that. I'm just saying they have the skill. They have the talent and the speed to do it.
They do, but they always have the talent and speed, but they're just too cursed.
Win.
I agree with Andy.
No, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the team is good enough to beat us, but I mean, even the Islanders beat Tampa Bay the other day 6-1.
Yeah.
Absolutely wiped the floor with them.
That's a weird place to play. That's a tough place to play too, down on the island. I don't know. The Bruins have had trouble down there, but I have to agree with the both of you. I think I think Carolina's probably the biggest threat in the East. I would
agree.
have to say.
I think
and in the West, if we get to the Stanley Cup, Edmonton, they're good.
I don't want to play
7 in a row
Edmonton.
they've won now.
We've proven we can beat Edmonton, but I don't want to play Edmonton right now.
Yeah, no. That's another play. That's a tough place to play too. Like that, those fan bases are loud. Everybody wants Vegas because of the whole Bruce Cassidy thing, but I think Edmonton's the team you got to watch out for.
By the way, Connor McDavid over 150 points. That's just ridiculous. Give me a break.
That guy's so good. I mean,
it's unreal. 150 points. That's
Colorado is another one out of the West.
Yeah.
Did you see the win they got Easter night?
We can smoke Colorado.
They played the Ducks though Easter night, and the Ducks totally just choked away the game. It was ridiculous. It was 4-2 heading into the third period, and they ended up tying it up, sent it to overtime, won it in overtime. But they at one point, it was they had 2 straight penalties, including a 5-minute major, and the Ducks couldn't score.
I remember when the Ducks first came out, and like everybody was like so crazed about this team. I remember I bought the Ducks jacket and everything, and like they looked like they had like a Jason mask as their.
It wasn't about the team; it was about the movie.
Yeah,
but
Emilio the movie, everything, the team,
Coach Gordon,
the Ducks.
Was it Coach Gordon?
Gordon Bombay?
Yes.
That was one of my favorite movies, man. D2, The Mighty Ducks was one of my favorite movies.
I had the jacket, man, in the 90s. Like it was a big thing, with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Even the real team, like Paul Correa was one of my favorite players growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
Love that guy, man. He was awesome.
They made so much money off that movie, the team itself.
It's crazy.
Yep.
I totally forgot they had a team in Anaheim. Really. I mean,
yep.
That was the highlight of the night, you mentioning the Mighty Ducks,
I'm surprised they haven't changed the Los Angeles Ducks of Anaheim yet.
Oh, God.
But yeah, Bruins red hot. Carolina concerns me, I'd say, more so than anyone.
The Kings.
For some reason, they always have a problem with Carolina.
In the West, the team I think to worry about besides Edmonton is Dallas. Dallas is a big physical team with some skill that can probably maybe give us some issues.
Imagine the storylines on that. Is Lucic on? No, Sagan. Sagan in Dallas. Sagan ruins the Bruins' hopes.
Ooh,
they have a good team. They had a good season.
Yeah, you got a point there, Jared. Also, the Kings. They got a lot of experience too. So this is not a layup, but the Bruins, they should win this thing.
Agreed.
What do you think more of a letdown would be if the Bruins don't win this year, or the Patriots losing in the Super Bowl during the undefeated season?
Maybe the Patriots, just because that Patriots team was so good.
Oh yeah, I don't know if anything can ever be as bad as that. I mean,
and they lost to Eli.
Yeah, again, think about who you lost to.
I think I'd rather lose than Eli.
Bruins losing would be a major disappointment, but that's
not as much as that.
Not as much as that.
No, but it'll be a close second. It would be a close second.
It would be really bad.
We'll have to have. Well, hopefully the Bruins win. We don't ever have to really have this debate, but if the Bruins lose, we're totally going to make sure Steve's on for that show where we have to have that debate. He'll love it. I'm kidding.
I think this Bruins team will still be good next year too, but let's also face this too, guys. Every single thing has gone right for this team this year. They're not going to win as many games. There's no way. This is a once in a 100-year season.
Yep.
Well, and they're not going to have probably Allmark and Swayman. They're not going to have them both.
No,
One of
probably
them's going
not.
to get nabbed.
But they'll still be very good. This is going to be very good.
Oh, yeah. They
But-
should be good for years to come.
Should
Because
be.
they have pasta.
But you got to
They've
win.
also just made some really good additions to the team. Like Hampus Lindholm has been a great addition on the blue line.
Yep.
Really key addition in terms of moving the puck, racking up some points, playing solid D. Guys like Garnet Hathaway coming in and being gritty down on the fourth, third line, whatever. They made some really key, good additions to this team throughout the season that have just only made us better and a bit more depth.
Yeah,
Team
and I
depth.
think a big difference is, too, during the trade deadline, they actually added pieces. They added real pieces that they needed and just
They did.
strengthened up their already strong lines. Go ahead, Andy.
No doubt about it. They did, and they've had a great year. They've made the moves. They've gotten the players. So let's go. I just want to get this postseason going. I don't even care. I don't care who they play. I don't play the Ducks in the first round. I just want some playoff hockey.
Do you want the points record?
I want a Stanley Cup. That's all that matters in this town. Like the shirt I have on here tonight. Championships. That's what matters in Boston.
That team I worry about a little bit. I worry about the Celtics a little bit in the
You've been saying that too, right?
Because there's some teams that can definitely smoke the Celtics.
By the way, game 1 of their postseason will be Saturday at 3:30.
Yep.
Who, Celtics?
Celtics, yep.
Yeah.
All right, so there was like two different topics going on. Andy was talking about one thing, and then Jarred put the Celtics. Andy, what were you saying before that?
I just want to see playoff hockey.
Yes.
Tired of the regular season. I just want playoffs.
Me want playoff hockey. Me hungry for playoff hockey. Absolutely. I can't wait any longer. None of these records mean anything. I don't care about the game record. I don't care about the points record. I don't care about the pasta record. I just care about the cup. And that's what I think how most fans feel.
Yeah.
You could keep all the records. We want the cup. Let's go. Can't wait for the postseason. All right. Celtics. Jarred, you brought them up. So we could get into the Celtics. They've looked a little rough around the edges at times, but they had a couple impressive wins with mostly backups the other night, which was good to see. And I think it reinforces the fact that they have a very strong bench, and it's probably stronger than last season. In fact, I'll go out and say it is stronger than last season.
Definitely. No question about it.
I think this team's built for the playoffs. I think they're better built than the Bucks. The Bucks are a good regular season team, but the Celtics, with that bench strength, I think they are very much built for the playoffs. And I would say I'm looking up and down the NBA, the Celtics are my favorite. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a biased Boston fan, but I think they're the strongest all-around team there is in the league. Jarred, what are your thoughts?
Don't get me wrong, I like this team a lot, but I think, and as nice as some of these wins recently, I think over the last month or two, we've seen that this team can blow leads. They cannot put teams away. And you cannot do that in the playoffs against some good teams. You do that in the playoffs against some good teams, you're out. I hope you're right, Tom. I think with this roster and the way kind of we're set up, I think we are hopefully built for the playoffs. But teams like Milwaukee do scare me. I know we absolutely slaughtered Milwaukee. What was that, a week ago or whatever? We won by like 50. That was ridiculous. Milwaukee still scares me. Philadelphia scares me.
That was a statement win.
Embiid is insane. I've never seen a guy can sort of do what he can do. And I've watched a lot of hoops, but yeah, I mean, Philadelphia scares me. Again, the Celtics have shown that they can be beat by really good teams. And if they don't put teams away, they're going to be in trouble. Do I think they can probably make a deep run? Yeah. But, again, if they kind of revert to some of their issues, it's not going to go well. Because, again, you can't do that in the tournament or in the playoffs against some good Eastern Conference teams. Like the Knicks, if you do that against the Knicks even, or Cleveland is a dangerous team. That Cleveland Knicks series is going to be a great series.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I have to agree. You have to close out these games. You can't let the other team hang around at the end of them. You got to keep your foot on the gas. One thing that I've seen with the Celtics that I don't like much is it seems like at times they kind of do take their foot at the gas, especially as we get later into the season. They've been sitting out guys recently, and Tatum missed a couple games. A number of other guys that are typically in that starting mixed missed a couple of games.
Robert
But
Williams, etc. Yeah.
yeah, on a positive note, though, it's shown to not really be that bad even with those guys out. They're on a 3-game winning streak. So that to me is impressive. I've been very impressed with the way some of these bench players have stepped up. And who knows, maybe it's a good thing to get some of these guys in the mix. And you might see a lot more of the bench in the playoffs if they keep playing like this. I just love the depth of this team. Andy, did you have any thoughts about the Celtics?
Yeah, so they're either going to play. It's either going to be Atlanta or Miami in round one, and it's going to be game one will be Saturday at 3:30 in Boston. Um, I still think it's Milwaukee and us. I still think we're the two best teams. Um, I think the Celtics are better than the Bucks. I do. I think it's a bad matchup for Milwaukee. I think we present a lot of problems, and I don't think Philadelphia matches up well with us. They struggle against the Celtics. They've had for a long time. Health is always going to be an issue with this team. Closing out teams, those are the two biggest things going forward for the Celtics. But there's really no reason why they should not be able to win the East again. I think they're the best team. They have to go out and they have to prove it. Now you'll have home court the first two rounds, and Cleveland and New York. That might be the best series in the Eastern Conference going forward. How about Philadelphia and Brooklyn? I think the Sixers win, but that whole thing with Ben Simmons is still not. That's going to get really nasty. When he goes to Philly, it's going to get nasty there. You know how nasty it can get in Philadelphia, and if you look in the West, I still until the Warriors get beat, I still think they're. Still don't fear any of those other teams. I mean, Sacramento's the 3 seed. Is that crazy?
Sacramento had a good season.
They had a very good season. Yes, they did. Lakers are in the play-in tournament. Minnesota, New Orleans, and Oklahoma City even went into the play-in tournament. Wow.
I really want to see the Lakers lose in the play-in tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, the Lakers they're not going anywhere.
No.
Dallas out. Wow. They get that whole trade for Kyrie and they don't even make the playoffs.
See, Golden State scores 1 billion points a game, but they give up 1 billion points a game. And they're another team that just can't hang on to wins.
Phoenix is a wild card because of the trades they've made. They could still be a team you got to watch out for.
Phoenix could be dangerous. I think Phoenix is the team to watch out for there.
I am not sold on this Denver, and I'm not sold on Memphis. Just not sold on those
I'm not
teams.
sold on Memphis. Denver is good when they have all their pieces going, but I mean, again, Denver's also struggled recently. So
yeah,
but I mean, when Jokic is playing well with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., they all get going. I mean, that team is tough to beat.
Yeah, I just want to see the Celtics get over that hump and win a championship. You were 2 games away from winning last year. I think Malcolm Brogdon was the piece that you went out and got for this team. He's supposed to be the guy that we didn't have last year, which we didn't. And this is the guy that's going to hopefully get us over the top. But it really starts with Brown and Tatum. They have to lead. Robert Williams needs to stay on the floor and be healthy. There's still a lot of question marks with this team, but wouldn't it be something to see Celtics and Bruins both win a title? It would be amazing. It'd be awesome.
It would be great for my bank account.
Nice.
Probably for a lot of people's bank account, but it would just be good for the city. Both these teams, it's such a storied franchise, both of them, and it has the potential to be a very, very busy spring at the Garden.
Yes, I think it should be, or it better be, because you know what? The Celtics, if they don't, I guess the minimum they want to do is make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But even if you lose there, that's a disappointment. They're another team that I feel like should be in the championship. And the West, to me, is not as tough as it was last year.
East is better.
Taken a step back. The East has taken a step up, while the West has taken a step down. So I feel like they've faced more of the tougher competition in the NBA, and If you go to that NBA championship and lose to a Denver Nuggets or a Sacramento Kings, that's not really great.
I want to play the Warriors again. I want to get another crack at Golden State.
I don't think Golden State's going to make it, but you never know with them.
Probably not, but even if like we play Phoenix, like that would be a good
See,
series.
again, Phoenix is the team that scares me. If we match up with Phoenix, I don't know how well we match up with them.
Tough
I mean, they
place
have
to play,
guys that
too.
can really create matchup issues.
I have to agree with Jarred. I think I think Phoenix and Golden State are the teams that are the toughest for the Celtics.
Agreed.
I don't, like I said, I don't fear Memphis. I don't really fear Sacramento. The Clippers.
I only fear Denver if Denver is really if Denver's in stride, they're really tough to beat.
Yeah.
Like if they're on their game that night, we're gonna get slaughtered. But yeah, other than that,
It's going to be interesting. But I mean, there's no real dominant force in the West. Like the Golden State Warriors, when they were winning championships, they were a force. They dominated the league. They had unbelievable records. They have since fallen long ways from that. But the West is very evenly matched, I would say. There's no real dominant force. And in the East, it's really the Celtics and Bucks that have been the dominant forces.
So first round, if we play Miami, they've given the Celtics a lot of problems. Do you see them giving them a lot of problems this year, or do you think
I don't think so. I don't think this year.
No, I mean, you'd like to hope they wouldn't. You have way more pieces than they got.
Yeah, I agree with Tom.
What's going to Miami too? Like the fans are coming in the middle of the third quarter. It's not really a home court advantage. There's more Celtics fans that go to those games. This Miami Heat team is nowhere as good as they were last year. I mean,
the year of the bubble. I mean, there were some great Celtics Heat games the year of the bubble.
They have
some outstanding games.
I just think the Celtics need to take care of business because I think they're going to play Miami. Atlanta. I don't worry about Atlanta. And they couldn't even beat our backups pretty much. I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of teams I'm worried about. I mean,
Philadelphia and Milwaukee.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think those are the two teams in the East that really. Cleveland and the Knicks are weird. Like
Cleveland is good.
So the winner of that Cleveland New York series could play Milwaukee. That could be interesting.
Yep.
I don't see the Knicks beating the Bucks, but Cleveland is a wild.
Cleveland
Donovan
could.
Mitchell's
Cleveland
really
definitely
good.
could.
He's that guy's unbelievable. I mean,
yep.
What did you say it was? Nets and
So Brooklyn is playing Philadelphia, Cleveland at New York, Boston.
Brooklyn, Philly, I could see going either way. Brooklyn's no joke.
Philly's going to hammer him. Philly can
I think the Sixers are going to clobber them. I just
think they probably will. But Brooklyn, they've been pretty.
Brooklyn's not good.
And like I said, that whole thing with Ben Simmons still. Oh yeah, I think Philly sweeps them. The Nets are not even close to where they were last year with Kyrie.
I'm fully with Andy on this.
And I mean, I would love to see Philadelphia lose.
Yeah,
they lose to Brooklyn. Oh man, that would be bad.
That would be amazing. I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, Embiid can probably beat the Nets on his own.
He probably can. Yeah, a Boston Philly.
He's having a ridiculous season, by the way. He's probably the MVP, and I love Jokic. I think Jokic is a great player, but Embiid is probably the MVP.
I don't think Philadelphia is even as close to being good without him. But I think see Boston and Philly play against each other. I think it'd be a great series. But I still like the Celtics. I think they're better.
There's really no one that I mean. I think the Bucks give them the biggest ride. The biggest risk. I don't really see anyone else as a huge risk. That's why I think you should win this East. You should go to the championship. You should take it.
The Bucks have Giannis. You know how great Giannis is, right? The guy's a force. But I don't think he's not going to beat the Celtics by himself. And Chris Middleton is really good. Drew Holiday's
a nice
good,
player, but they're not going to beat the Celtics on their own.
They're going to wear Giannis down. And I would be confident the Celtics would win a Game 7 in Milwaukee. They did it last year. They won in Miami. I don't know. I think they're a bad matchup for the Bucks. I mean, I do
agree. All right, playoff predictions. Are we all Celtics and Bruins?
Yeah.
Celtics and Bruins win it all? Jarred, you agree?
I mean, I think, again, if the Celtics make the finals against the Suns, I would have to think about that because the Suns, again, are a team that could really give the Celtics some problems. But I mean, for these purposes, I'll say yes.
We'll certainly be talking about hopefully very deep into the playoffs because the Celtics and Bruins will both be there. Hopefully, we'll be talking about the finals. That's what I'm
And
hoping for.
if both teams are in the finals, they both have home advantage.
Yep.
Yes.
Home ice, home court.
Yep, both will have home court, home ice.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
The Bucks currently right now the 1 seed though, so Celtics they probably are not going to get the 1 seed, and
no.
Well, I guess they could. They're a game and a half out, but it's not looking good.
No.
So one last thing I wanted to get to before we get to our final thoughts. OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. heading to the Ravens. I think that makes things a little spicy in the AFC North. I stole one of Jared's words there. Any thoughts on OBJ to the Ravens? And this is also, does this, I mean, is Lamar Jackson definitely gone from there, or maybe does this make him want to go back to the Ravens?
I think it'll want to make him stay. I mean, I don't think OBJ's got a lot left. I mean, this is not the old Odell Beckham Jr. of old. Let's face it. But I think Lamar does stay. I don't know if does he really put the Ravens in another. I mean, I don't think the Ravens are better than the Bengals. That doesn't make them.
No.
Yeah, I don't. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Well, I still think the Steelers are going to take the Steelers. They were kind of rough around the edges last year, but they were better than most people thought, and I think they're going to be right back in the mix soon. They tend to draft well in Pittsburgh, so
do. And Kenny Pickett, I think Kenny Pickett's going to be good. He impressed me last year, not bad. And the Patriots play the Steelers this year too. Some saying that could be the opening game. We go to Pittsburgh on week 1.
Pittsburgh takes it. Just kidding. Jared, any thoughts on OBJ?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of confused by this because of how bad I thought Lamar wanted out. So again, I think as Andy said, I think this probably has to mean that he stays. If Lamar signed with the Ravens, then I mean, if OBJ signed with the Ravens and Lamar still leaves, that would be pretty wild. But again, I don't see that happening now. We'll see what he has left in the tank. Just kind of remains to be seen and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has a little something. He contributed to that Rams Super Bowl team. Yeah, he had some big games that year.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting. It only makes the AFC even that much more interesting. All right, believe it or not, we are out of time. Let's get to final thoughts. Andy, we'll start off with you. Any final thoughts?
Okay, guys, I've been seeing a lot of this. Everyone really getting hyped up about the Red Sox. You got swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates. You beat a Detroit Tigers team that is awful. Just beat some good teams, and then we'll talk. Because how can I get excited that you beat the Detroit Tigers, who are probably the worst team in the league, and then just an embarrassing loss to the Pittsburgh Pirates? There's just no excuse. Sorry.
Yeah, their pitching is a train wreck.
It's not gonna get better.
I guess I'm excited a little bit about their offense. Their bats have been really swinging, but their pitching is awful.
Adam Duvall is going to be out for an extended period of time. He broke his wrist in yesterday's game, so that's a big loss. He's actually played very well, but he has, but not good. I mean, it's just going to be a long year.
Yes, I think so. I still think they'll finish well below 500. They just don't have enough pitching. And we'll certainly talk more about the Red Sox down the road. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a pleasant surprise. Probably not, though. Jarred, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I have two. My first, and this is going to be the most obvious one ever, Quinnipiac Bobcats. For everybody out there, I'm a Quinnipiac alum. National championship in hockey, beat University of Minnesota. Craziest thing ever. No way in heck I thought we would beat the University of Minnesota, a real powerhouse. He's got guys going to the NHL. I couldn't tell you how happy I was on Saturday. Just the way we grinded that game and battled back. And then 10 seconds into OT, what a way to end it. What a goal. Just so amazing. So epic. That was just insane. So insane. Other one I have is Phil Mickelson. What a run he made at the Masters yesterday. Absolutely immense.
Yeah.
53 years old to shoot 65. Absolutely just incredible. Him and Jordan Spieth were on fire yesterday as a twosome in a pairing. I think they were 13 under between the two of them yesterday, which is just insane. But yeah, give the
Who
guy
won?
credit.
Who won the Masters?
John Rahm. Credit to John Rahm. He played really well. Love
Played
that
really
guy.
well, and
But
the weather conditions were not good
no,
these 4 days. One of the worst I've seen. You had 2 suspended days worth of
Yep.
play.
Yep.
But and it was good, Jarred. But I mean, I got to agree. Mickelson, he played really well.
he played lights out. Again, for a guy
Johnny
53
Scheffler
years
did
old to
too.
shoot,
He had a good
shoot the
game, too.
best round ever. For a guy 50 and above at the Masters, immense.
Pretty good.
Just
Yeah,
immense.
it was pretty good.
But yeah, Quinnipiac, shout out Quinnipiac.
Yeah.
Bobcats.
Amazing. Incredible. That's all I got.
Go Quinnipiac. Well, my final thoughts. Spring sports continues this week.
See that one coming from a mile.
Head over to hcam.tv to check out our broadcast schedule. Also, we had some tremendous Hiller athletes recently signed their letters of intent. You could check out that segment. That was aired earlier in this show, but if you want to rewatch it, head over to hcam.tv. But
I got one more. Real quick.
You got
What
one
is
more?
Rudy
Go
Gobert
for it.
doing?
Go for it. We got time.
That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen yesterday in that Timberwolves game. You punch your own teammate? Come on, man. Did you see that?
I
Rudy
missed
Gobert
that
punching
one.
Kyle Anderson in the huddle?
Oh man, that's bad. Yeah, I heard about that. They got
And then Jalen McDaniels on the Pelicans, going back to the locker room, punched a wall and broke his hand. Come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, he's not going to be able to play for them in the playoffs. And then how the Pelicans go? Yeah,
That was just insane.
Bad day for the NBA.
Yeah, bad day. Rough.
Crazy stuff. Well, I'm sure we'll see more of it as playoff time gets closer. But for Andy Barron, Jarred Keene, I'm Tom Nappy. This has been HCAM Sports Talk. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care and be well.